Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be letting the two Stanley Cup finalists know who I have leading after the first 3 games. And I must say, this is maybe my best work that I've done all season long. Cool! Hey, thanks for not interrupting, guys. No problem. With it being the Cup finals, I wanted to hear what you had to say. Well, thanks. I will remember that. Now, once again, before I get into the script, does anyone else have any other pieces of news we have to attend to first? We hired our head coach. Let me guess, Manny Malhotra. How did you know? Were you in our hiring meeting with us? Nope, just a lucky guess. Anything else? We've hired our new GM. Okay, finally. Who is it? Chris McFarland. Wait, you mean Avs GM Chris McFarland? Yep. Who's up for GM of the year? Yep. How did you pull that off? Well, we asked Colorado to speak to McFarland, and they agreed to it. Wait, Colorado, you okayed this? Yes, we thought he would stay with the Cup contending team. We thought he would stay with the Cup contending team too. But unfortunately, he got an offer he just couldn't refuse. Oh yeah? What's that? We named him President of Hockey Ops and GM. Oh, so more control? Absolutely. That's a great hire in Nashville. Colorado, I'm guessing Sackett's going to be your new interim GM. Until we can find a replacement. Yep. Alright then, anything else? Yeah, we do. Okay, Edmonton, what is it? We have Darnell Nurse on the trade block. So if anyone wants to cut an offensive defender, just give us a call. You really think trading for Nurse is going to be a good thing for teams? Sure, who wouldn't want him? Edmonton, half your fan base wants to chase him out of town. No one is going to want to trade for him. Well, we are prepared to retain some money. We're trading $2 to $3 million, and at best, you're getting a second-round pick and a decent roster player. Oh, we can do better than that. Right, San Jose? You would give us a guy like Colin Graff for Darnell Nurse, right? In your dreams, Edmonton. Well, I still think we can get a solid return. Well, it's the end of an era for the Habs. What are you talking about? Your dynasty's just beginning. It's the end of an era because Gallagher, in his end of season media availability, said he's probably not going to be coming back for another season with us, and he's going to be traded in the offseason. Well, that makes sense. I mean, you barely got any playing time last year. Yeah, but he's still a fan favorite and a long-time Hab. We're very sad to see him go. I think you'll be fine, Montreal. Meanwhile, scriptwriter, I have a bigger piece of news for you. All right, what is it? I just saw on the internet, Dylan Larkin has requested a trade out of Detroit. What? Really? Is this true, Detroit? Yes, I guess 10 years no playoffs is about to chase our captain and our hometown guy away. Oh my, how the tables have turned. Still think that your rebuild is better than ours, Detroit? Shut up, Ottawa. Hey, maybe we package what prospects and picks we have left and go after Larkin to be our Kopitar replacement. We need a 2C and have way more picks and prospects than Los Angeles does. It makes sense we should be getting Larkin. You guys have forgot he has a no movement clause. He will want to come to Minnesota to play with some of his US buddies like Faber and Hughes and Boldy. And he would really be the last piece we would need to complete our team and make the Minnesota Wild a super team. We are getting Dylan Larkin. It is going to be a long offseason. Okay, that's surprising, but if everyone's dead now, I'll get to the actual script. Alright, okay, now try and keep up because this script's gonna move fast. Okay, I think we can. Already 2-0 Carolina in game 1. What? When did that happen? Odd man rush goal by Ehlers, then the breakaway goal by Ehlers, and it's 2-0 Carolina. I miss Ehlers. Thanks for giving us the lead, scriptwriter. See, Vegas? We are a better team than you. I have a feeling we're gonna run away with this game. I'm sorry, what just happened? Don't like that start, Vegas? Well, I think you'll like this next a little bit better. See, their scores at the end of the first, and Barbashev ties it early in the second to tie the game up, and then Marner has a no-look backhand pass to William Karlsson, who puts in another goal early in the second period to give you guys a 3-2 lead in the early portion of the second period. Please, I've heard enough about Marner. Really? That quick and we have the lead now? What a start to this game. Told you, you have to keep up with this script. I am sorry, can we go back to leading? Well, actually, the next little bit's a bit of back and forth. Stahl's going to score in the middle of the second period to tie the game up at 3 apiece. Okay, we're back in this thing. Hopefully get our act together. And then Howden 2 minutes into the third period makes it 4-3 for Vegas. I don't know what superpower you gave Howden for the postseason, but I am loving it. You know what we could really use right now? A middle 6 forward. You know who's playing like a middle 6 forward right now? Brett Howden. We never should have traded him for a 4th-round pick all those years ago. Gostisbehere off one offensive zone face-off draw will put one past Hart to make it a 4-4 game in the third period with 8 minutes left. Yes, tied up again, looking like an overtime game. And I'm sure everyone knows how we do in overtime games. First scores off a turnover with 3 minutes left to get the Vegas Golden Knights a 5-4 lead, and they hold on to win game 1 5-4 and take the 1-0 series lead. As much as I hate Vegas, I can't be more happy for Hurdle. I really do hope he wins the cup. No, what about overtime? I was planning for an overtime game. Oh, well, we did lose game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, so this isn't unfamiliar territory. But Anderson's gotta play better. My, what a game. Wasn't expecting that high scoring of a game with how our two teams play. But we'll take another game 1 just like we did in the last 3 rounds of this playoffs. How does game 2 go, scriptwriter? Well, because of the lack of action in the first 2 periods, I'll just briefly summarize what's happened in game 2. Brady McNabb took a puck to the face and's left the game. Oh no, our best defender is out? Yep, and even though at some points Carolina looks like the way better team. A first and second period goal from Brett Howden has you guys up 2-0 entering the third period. This time we are up 2 goals. Thanks, scriptwriter. And does that mean that Howden actually now has more playoff goals than he did have regular season goals? Yep. Howden had 12 in the regular season, he had 13 in the postseason. This dude's an alien, that's the only explanation. Seriously, scriptwriter, we're going to lose both games on home ice? Yeah, no one wants to see Vegas go up 2-0 in this series. Who said anything about Vegas winning? 10 minutes left in the game, Vegas is up 2-0. So, with 7 minutes left in the game, it's a 2-2 game. What? How did that happen? Stankoven wraparound goal and Jankowski odd man rush goal has this game leveled to 2 apiece for the Carolina Hurricanes. Well, that script is stupid. We do score the next goal, don't we, scriptwriter? Yes, Barbashev will score to make it 3-2. Oh, however, like Edmonton said, no one wants to see a 2-0 series lead for Vegas. No one wants to see a quick series. So that goal will be called off for goalie interference. What? You heard me. Tortorella will challenge it. Sure, but it will still be called no goal. And this is actually great because now Carolina's got a power play with about 5 minutes left, and on the ensuing power play for delay of game, Jordan Stahl's going to tip one home to give the Hurricanes a 3-2 lead with 5 minutes left in the third period. The captain must really want the Stanley Cup. We finally have a late lead. Don't get cocky, Carolina, because with the goalie pulled with under 1.5 minutes left in the game, Vegas is going to tie the game up thanks to a goal from Mark Stone and tie it up at 3 apiece heading to overtime. Our captain is just as clutch, probably even more clutch than yours is. Nuh-uh. So, as we go to overtime, I'm just going to finish it up the way I always seem to be finishing up game 2s for the Carolina Hurricanes this playoffs. Oh no. Really? Again? Yep, Hurl takes a penalty in overtime and Jarvis scores the overtime winner. As for the 4th straight game 2 in these playoffs, the Carolina Hurricanes have won in overtime on home ice. As they are now 6-0 in overtime, have tied the series up at 1 apiece. And for the first time in Cup final history, the first 2 games have included a multi-goal comeback for the first time in NHL history. 20 years in the making and we finally have another Stanley Cup final win. Told you we weren't out of this one, Vegas. Please, as much as it hurts to blow a lead and lose in overtime, we allow an overtime win on home ice to our opponents in the Stanley Cup final when we beat them in the Stanley Cup final. Just ask Florida. That was how we won our lone Stanley Cup final game when we were playing the Vegas Golden Knights. Regardless, so how's game 3 go, scriptwriter? Well, first, is McNabb playing? Yep, he got stitches, he's got the fishbowl mask, and he's good to go. Really? Hockey players, man. Well, the first is scoreless, with Carolina having a lot of the shots. But I did have a question for you, Vegas. Are you ready for more coaches' challenges not to go your way? What the heck does that mean? Stone opens the scoring, but is challenged by Carolina for offside, and it's called offside, so that makes it scoreless again. And then Eichel opens the scoring, but then Carolina challenges it again because Barbashev sort of interfered with Anderson, and it is called back for goalie interference, and it's going to stay a scoreless game. What can I say? Brindamore picks up on things other people just miss. Okay, scriptwriter, what are you gonna do next? Give it up, we should be up 2-0 at this point. Well, I feel I shouldn't have done you guys that dirty. So you guys could actually open the scoring. Hurdle on the power play. A few seconds into the power play will give you guys a 1-0 lead, with Eichel and Marner getting the assists. Please, Marner has a couple of good assists, but he's still not a playoff performer. Have you seen him in the last few rounds? Yeah, and he hasn't done anything special. You know what? This narrative needs to die because I am sick and tired of it. Vegas, you're up 4-0 at the end of the second period, and Marner's going to score a natural hat trick. Ah, yes! I don't think we're going to blow this lead. I am sorry, did you say a hat trick in the Stanley Cup final? Yep, tries a cross-crease pass, and it's tipped into his own goal by Sean Walker. What are you doing, Walker? Then Marner scores an insane deep goal to put one past Anderson for his second of the game, and then he lays into one heck up a slap shot to complete the hat trick and give the Golden Knights a 4-0 lead. He now also has the quickest hat trick in Stanley Cup final history, having scored a hat trick in 6 minutes 10 seconds, being the old record held by Maurice Richard, and is now the Vegas all-time leader in points in a playoff run, now having 28 points this year. I am sorry, this is not the same Marner who could not perform in games 5, 6, and 7 with us. Nope, he's better. And I never want to hear Marner cannot perform in the playoffs again. So that's it then. We win then, right? There's no way we're going to be blowing a 4-goal lead. Well, scriptwriter. By the way, scriptwriter, Boosie's now in, Anderson's now out. Well, I did say to expect the unexpected. So let's make some more Stanley Cup final history. Carolina is going to score the fastest 3 goals in Stanley Cup final history by scoring 3 goals in 39 seconds, as Marner, Hall, and Stahl all score 39 seconds apart to make it a 4-3 game after Boosie denies Marner on a penalty shot breakaway a few minutes earlier. I'm sorry, they put Bussy in and now all they can do is score? Basically. Yeah, so we're right back in this one. Hold on. We're still leading, right, scriptwriter? Yes, Vegas, you're still up by 1. But Theodore takes a delayed game penalty with about 3 minutes left in the game. Carolina pulls the goalie, they crash their nets, and with bodies flying everywhere, Svechnikov pokes home the game-tying goal that gives the Canes the equalizer, sending this game to overtime. Yes! Yes! We have overcome a 4-goal deficit and set this game to overtime. We are still undefeated in overtime. How do we blow a 4-0 lead in the third period? Like I said, this is how my better work. So this is now a 4-4 game going back to overtime. We don't lose in overtime, so I think we got this one in the bag. Well, we haven't lost at home in overtime, so hopefully we can keep that up in this game. And this game is actually going to go to double overtime. Well, after good chances for both teams, full mask face, Brayden McNabb is going to send a pass to Shea Theodore. That shot by Shea Theodore is going to go off the end boards, off of Brendan Boosie's skate, and into the net to give the Vegas Golden Knights the 5-4 overtime victory, as Theodore gets his second overtime winner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And Vegas, after blowing a 4-goal lead, will escape with a 5-4 overtime victory and a 2-1 series lead in this series. Yes, that could have been a disaster, but it wasn't. 2 wins away from our second Stanley Cup. And what a cup final so far. I must say, this first 3 games have been pretty entertaining, although I don't much like Vegas being up 2-1 in the series. Yeah, that was great, but I don't want to see Marner win the Stanley Cup. At this rate, he will probably win the Conn Smythe too. We lost in overtime? This is all your fault, Toronto. How is this our fault? You traded Vegas Marner. Well, you're the team who can't defend him. Great, now we're down 2-1 in the series and have to hope we can find some answer to containing Marner. Everything funnels back to Toronto, I guess.